Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to another video on TK's Tech Corner. Today is a very exciting day. This thing that I have been waiting for a very long time has finally landed. Some of you have already guessed, and you can see it through the packaging here, the Elo Vagabond. I initially reviewed, I was one of the very first few privileged people to review the initial prototypes of the controller, which I have got here so we can just compare the differences. I have since received the final product that's being shipped out to customers, and I'm very excited to open this up. You can see I wanted to share every moment and detail with you, so I have not even got it out of this foam packaging. I thought I would do absolutely everything on camera. So I've very patiently waited through the day. I've gone through my day job, I've worked, and I've earned this moment. We are going to take a look together at the brand new Elo Vagabond controller. This thing is, I promise you, going to be an absolute beast. We're not going to rush this. I'm going to take my time. If you want to skip through the video to the bits that you're interested in. Otherwise, be prepared, because this is not going to be a rushed review. This is going to be a very detailed, in-depth review and test of this controller, including the unboxing. I'm going to take my time over this because I'm going to enjoy it. And just before I open that, because this boxing experience has changed, they haven't even prepared the same box. So with this one, we had a little slide out thing going on where I had to just wait for this bottom part of the box to slowly drop out as the air sucks through. As you can see there, it's separating slowly, right? As I said, this is going to be a long video. You better be prepared. There was the box. I'm going to get this out of the way. Right, and then inside it we had a bit of paperwork, and we also had the actual case, the storage case, which is a lovely thing to see these days. Game controllers coming with cases make sense because we want to carry these around and play games, and we want to protect our investment while doing so. Now, immediately the unbox experience has changed. Firstly, I also want to describe how this feels. This is just not cardboard like the old one was. This is a really smooth, soft touch box. Very soft to touch all the way around. It's got that lovely texturized grip on it. It just feels so nice that I want to just sit here and just stroke it a little bit. Yes, that feels great. And it's not a slide open box anymore. It's going to open like a chest, so you can see the purple ribbon teasing, waiting to go. We're going to close this up and we're going to open it up in just a second. Supports Android. It says works with Android, but it's made for iPhone and iPad. Now that's interesting because I don't have an iPhone and iPad. Very old one, probably kicking around somewhere. I don't have an iPad. I think the reason why it mentions iPad, and you've guessed it, this means this thing stretches wide, definitely stretches wider than the older one. It's probably going to support a device like an iPad mini. I'm going to try it out with my tablet and my folding device. It probably won't fit my 8.8-inch Lenovo, but we're going to try it anyway. Are you ready? Oh my goodness. Did you see? Oh, we've just got to do that again. Did you see that? Did you see what happened? Do it like this. Look. The whole thing just lifts out towards you. Look at that. Oh, wow. Seriously. Come on. Big shout out before I touch this to the CEO of Elo for sending this out. Really appreciate it. It's been great having communication with you throughout the whole manufacture process. I remember speaking to the CEO of Elo when this product was in its pre-alpha phases, where, you know, the guy was, being the legend he is, screwing this thing together himself, putting it all together with the first prototype, and the sticks were getting stuck and all sorts, you know. And from that, I think it's been over a year later, we're here and the journey is pretty much coming to a conclusion for the first version. This awesome controller that they've pushed the boundaries on just with the boxing experience. I've not even touched this thing yet, but look at the box. You know, they want you to feel every aspect of your investment into this product because it's just so great. Look at that. I'm going to open this up to see what's inside before I even touch it. I'm really excited to touch it. The soft touch experience continues all the way inside. This purple sleeve here is also soft touch all the way around, as is this purple inset here, completely soft touch. Even the inside, right? And I think they've got the writing the same as they had before. You can see the message there for you pro gamers out there, people that are investing money in this awesome product. We're going to pop out this little box here to see what's in there. Right, first things first, we've got an absolute huge number of adapters. This is more than I've ever seen on any other mobile game controller, to make sure that you are going to get the best fit for your phone, period. Look at that. And this, the numbers on there, I think the sizes for the different depths of your phone plus case. So and as well as on the box, the numbers are also printed on the bumpers themselves, so you can see the thickness there, right? So 19 thickness, for example. So we'll test some of these out because I'm going to be using my Fold, and again might test this out with the tablet as well. Wow, there's nothing else under there, but this soft touch experience is just everywhere, and it's just phenomenal. It heightens the experience of owning a product like this because the quality has gone into the packaging, not just the controller. Now, just for completeness, let's quickly open up this envelope to see what paperwork is provided. It's so nice. I don't even want to rip this thing. If this was, you've seen me, I really don't care about these packages, right? Or generally I've ripped this thing open by now. But just because of how nice it feels, I've tried to open it carefully, not to damage it. We've got some stickers in there. We've even got a thickness gauge. Check that out. How cool is that? You don't even need to play the guessing game here. Look. You stick that over your phone, find out how thick it is, whether you need one or not, and then you just put them adapters on your phone. Boom. Or so on your controller. Done. How's that for innovation? Simple and effective. We've got a phone thickness or tablet thickness gauge, and then an instruction manual, which I'm going to leave there. We may need to refer to it, we may not. And a very, very slick little sticker to stick on the device of your choice, maybe your laptop. I'm not sure where I'm going to stick that yet. I'm also going to leave this gauge out because we might want to use it. Right. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to try and set this awesome bit of box aside. Right, it's on the floor where I can access it. Now let's actually just get to the controller and then let's start comparing it. Let's see what's going on here. Packaging, I first saw this style of protecting the analog sticks on a GameSir controller. We're now seeing it on some others as well, but it's a really great way of protecting these analog sticks in transit. Make sure they don't get bashed around and destroyed before the controller gets to you. The app, there is now an Elo app, Elo Unleashed. We'll probably take a look at that as well if I don't forget. It's got a bit of a quick guide instruction there on how to insert the device into the controller as well as the adapters. It tells you which direction should go in first, etc. I can't believe I'm going to do this. This is just incredible. Wow. Look at the quality of the foam insert there. That's just high density foam protecting your investment right there. Every element of this packaging and product so far just screams quality. And I'm finally holding this thing I've been waiting to hold for a very long time. And honestly, this thing just feels amazing. Soft touch all the way around here. We've got soft touch and also this texturized grip. Now normally you'll see texturized grips, but you won't see texturized with a soft touch. We've got this infused with plastic. So we've got plastic infused with whatever this rubber is here to add grip and texture for your super long gaming experiences. Some switches here, we'll get to them in a minute to find out what. Oh my goodness, we've just seen it all now. I'm going to come back to tell you what that is in a minute, but let's just talk around the controller before I get the old one out. Now, when this controller was designed, it was designed to try and bring together the best elements of all the different controllers that we're used to using, console controllers, right? The idea of this is to bring all of the good bits of all the different controllers together and try and make one monster controller that you can use for multiple formats and predominantly take with you to enjoy pro grade gaming on the go. That's what this was made for. This is for the serious gamer, not just your average, I want to have a 5-minute bash around. This is made for endurance, and you can see that right there, right? So let's talk through. Hall effect sticks feel super smooth. The glide rings are absolutely gorgeous. You can see the purple there. I think there's going to be some lighting effects in there when we get this on as well, but they do feel really nice. The thumb caps are full sized and these are exactly like the Xbox 360 controller. And what I like about these is that the grip wraps all the way around the bottom, all the way to the top, and furthermore we've got convex. So unlike the Xbox, which are concave, convex, so your fingers sit right in them, they feel absolutely gorgeous. I think it reminds me, I don't know, of the GameSir ones maybe, but anyway, there you go. Full size with a really good grip all the way around, and your thumb sets in there very nicely. That's going to provide a lot of comfort for our thumbs. The D-pad, we've got silent micro switches here. They're micro switches, but they're not super loud. You can see the convex design there. It's a very generously sized, it's a full-size D-pad. You can see my thumb rocking over that, and you can still see the pad and the movement in all directions. Absolutely flawless. That feels phenomenal. It's not too sharp, so that when you're rubbing your fingers over it, it's not going to grate away at it too much. I wouldn't have minded tiny little bit more rounded on the edges. Maybe that's one for V2, but other than that, this thing does feel really responsive and nice so far. And I think because of the size and shape of it, the way my thumb's moving around on that, I'm not going to be getting that much wear and tear on it. The ABXY buttons, these are clicky. Again, we're looking at silent micro switches here, so I'm clicking them in the mic. You can see they're not that loud, right? Compared to some of the micro switches I felt, these are not loud at all. They feel really nice. They're generously sized ABXY layout there. They feel awesome. The shoulder buttons, again, I think these are also silent micro switches. They are really buttery soft. They've got enough there to enjoy that the satisfaction of clicking them, but there's hardly any travel in them, and they're really light, so you can trigger on them all day long. Those bumpers are phenomenal. And then on just to talk about where the designs come in from on these, and I'll pull the other controllers out in a minute, right? The controller itself has been shaped from PlayStation. We'll get that in a minute. Buttons from Xbox, right? So I talked about the fusion of all the best bits of different gaming controllers being brought together here, right? So the analog triggers here, again, these are Hall effect triggers. They've got a really nice resistance and shape to them. You can see that they're curved outwards, which means that even when you're fully pressing them like this, you're not going to have a problem with your fingers slipping off, because they're going to hold your fingers very nicely indeed, right? Like that. Full sized as well, by the way. No mobile business going on here. These is a full size controller in your hands, but you're going to wrap your phone around this, or wrap this around your phone. Now the extension, I'm going to get to the extension in a minute actually. Let's look around the back. The back buttons. Now this I love. These are probably going to be programmable, and you can set them to macros or whatever button you want, right? So you've got an extra 2 buttons there. That means you can keep your fingers on where they should be, and you can still activate these buttons. But look what they've done. First time we've ever seen it. Well, I think it might be on some of the Elite controllers, etc. But they've got switches on there that allow you to lock those buttons. So if you're worried about accidental button presses for some games where you might not need those back buttons, right? You don't need the extra buttons. You just lock them, and they're gone. They're out of the way. They're not troubling you. You need one, just unlock one. You need both, unlock both, and away you go. That is slick. Very slick. I love seeing new features in game controllers, because I've tested so many now. There's not really much that excites me. That was exciting. Now, on the bottom part, fast charge USB-C pass-through. That's for charging only, not for data. And then we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. Always welcome that, because you want to pull out your classic headphones, put them on and jam out in a really good gaming session. Now you can see without the adapters here just how much space there is to get a phone in there, right? And also what we're seeing here now, initially seen on the GameSir, more recently seen on the Easy SMX controllers, we've got that flexible C port as well, which means that it's easier to get your devices in and out of this device. And look how these are curved up slightly. Can you see that? You know why they're curved up? Because when you put your phone in, it goes in at an angle. Small things make a big difference. The bar. Look how wide that stretches. Look at it. Look at that. That's pushing it to the limits. Now, if my tablet goes in on this, I'm done. Literally. I don't think you could ever get a better controller than this. I'm just going to bring out Is this focusing properly yet? PlayStation 5 DualSense and the Xbox controller, just so we can see what's going on here. So you can see where the shape has come from. The grips, the hand grips, full size hand grips. No short change in here. They've come from the PlayStation. You can see that design there, right? It's definitely come from here. That's a great element of these controllers. They are very, very comfortable. They've got chunky grips that you can wrap your fingers around. And now you've got that on a mobile controller. Look at that. You can see the chunk factors right there, right? The buttons, however, and I've always preferred the Xbox buttons to these ones because these are a bit too high top for me. I like the ones when they wrap around a little bit. They've taken the buttons from the Xbox controller. Thank God, because I prefer them. Now look at that. You can see the similarity is pretty much identical. They have taken the Xbox gamepad bumpers and triggers and they put them on your favorite mobile game controller. Yes, so far this is my favorite mobile game controller. It feels amazing. Look at that. Right. It's going to quickly pull out the old one and then we're going to start getting some tests, right? So here's the old one. The prototype that was sent. What's changed? Not a lot, you say. Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. This was a lot louder. Micro switches definitely feel a lot quieter, so I think they've changed them. These were a lot louder. These are a lot more silent. These buttons here, you can see the design has changed on these buttons as well now, right? So this was the old one, new one. See what's going on there? They've changed the button layout slightly. The shape of them, the circles, a bit more traditional. And then also the layout's changed. So you've got the menu button, screenshot button, different. They've swapped them around now, right? This is the same. These two have been just swapped around. Other than that, what else has changed on these? They moved the C port and the headphones jack that was there. I think that was a bad idea to have them in those positions. I think I mentioned that in my first review, have now been moved to the middle, which is a lot more sensible, more accessible, and doesn't get in the way of your grips when you're playing, right? These definitely do get in your way. Right, what else? Another thing I noticed is that the previous one actually had a soft touch all the way around. For whatever reason, that's gone, right? It's not soft touch all the way around anymore. It's plastic and the soft touch is just here, and I think that's a good balance, right? This was very grippy anyway. It did feel very nice, I won't lie, but they've changed that ever so slightly. The sticks pretty much the same. They feel a lot smoother on here, a lot more refined, little bit more in terms of tension ever so slightly if it's there. These were a little bit lighter. These have got a little bit better balance in terms of resistance, but still very, very smooth. The clickiness on them is butter soft as well. We're nearly 20 minutes in. We haven't even got a phone in here. I know those of you that are going to be fast forwarding to see the gameplay, no problem whatsoever. Let's see if we can measure the stretch on these bad boys. Roughly, I don't know how we're going to do this, to be honest. But that's going further. That's for sure. You can just tell by the squares. Right, that's definitely going further. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Because prototype. C port on the prototype was fixed. The new one's got a flappy port, which is just very, very welcome. And other than that, there was no back buttons. Back buttons have come in. Lockable back buttons. Hello. How amazing is that? The grip, you can see the grip change. This was very, very thick textured. This is a very fine textured grip now. Feels a lot more refined and comfortable. Not that this wasn't comfortable. This was a very nice controller, to be honest. I had a good few gaming sessions on there. But I think we're now going to get that aside and focus on the main event. How cool. Right. So let's start testing it out by getting some stuff in there. I'm conscious that this is a little bit blurred for whatever reason. It hasn't focused back where it should have done. Right, that's probably better. Now, the one thing to note, the new one didn't come with a carry case. I just realized that. The old one had a carry case with this little storage compartment to store your bumpers, your grips, your adapters. Now, if I can just test it, the new one doesn't really fit in the old one. So I'll have to speak to Elo and see if there's a new case. If there is a new case, see if we can get it to just do a quick review of that, see how it protects your device. But for now, If I was going to be carrying this around, I'd probably be using the foam insert and box it came with. So no carry case included with this one yet. And you can see the old one fits in there very, very nicely, and that is definitely evidence that the new one is larger because it no longer fits in there. Anyway, let's get out of the way for now. And let's get testing some games, because that's what we're here for. Right, first device that's going to go in there, because it may or may not fit, is going to be my Lenovo Tab, what is this, Y700 or 2023 model. Now that looks like it might just squeeze in. I think this is supposed to fit 209mm devices or 204mm devices, something like this for the new one. This is, I think, 215 if I'm not wrong, but we might be lucky, we might be able to squeeze it in. I'm first going to try this without any bumpers on, but just to test out this gauge and see how it would work. If I was trying to figure out which bumpers I should be using, I would be going through like this, and I'd find the one that works. And this one suggests that it should probably be the 29mm thick one that should be used for this case I've got on here. So here goes nothing. Let's see what happens if we put a tab into, well, I'm going to do this the wrong way around, I think, because I'm supposed to actually put in, it's going to go. I think it's going to go, right? It's not supposed to go, but I think it's going to go. Is this the largest tab that we're officially going to fit into this? I think I might have to take the case off for it to actually fit in, right? You can see it's turned on. You can see what the problem is here. Ah, it's just not going over. Just not going over. You know what? For the sake of testing this, I'm going to take the case off. Right. Might be able to squeeze it in now. Might not again, but let's try. Right, let's see what happens. So you can see how adamant I am that this works, right? Because I don't want to break the controller before I've tested it. I also don't want to break the controller after I've tested it. It clips in very nicely. This thing fits an iPad mini. I would be very grateful. Oh my goodness, look. Bit of force, bit of brute force. It's gone in. I could do with the bumpers on here, because you can see what's going on there now. That literally is at full stretch. 8.8-inch Lenovo Y700 2023. If this thing was stretching out 5mm more, I would have got this in with the case, and this would have been amazing. You can see what's going on there. I've accidentally launched, what have I launched here? RetroArch. I didn't do that on purpose, just accidentally launched it. So there we go. The glow, you can see the glide rings are glowing very, very nicely. The button is not lit up, so the only thing that's lit up is here is these, and that feels amazing. Yeah, now it's working. Let's try some remote play. Let's try some, what should we try first? Let's try Xbox streaming from the console. Yeah, so I'm not going to do remote play. I'm going to try streaming my console. Let's just see what happens. Get the volume up for this a bit as well. Hopefully Street Fighter's on. If it's going to work, we'll have a little Street Fighter session. I've turned that down a bit, so it's going to be a bit loud. Right, that's working absolutely fine. This thing feels awesome. Now again, I am at full stretch. I wouldn't recommend this because I wouldn't want you to break your device, right? But you can see that how long that C port is there as well, right? The bumpers are going to obviously not make it look so long, but that is a very, very generously sized C port. Probably the longest I've seen on a mobile game controller. If these little things weren't here, I would have slid it on properly without the case, to be honest. It would have gone in. Right, let's get some Street Fighter. I don't want to do controls, I just want to get to it. How's that? Look at that. Come on. Come on. We're playing Street Fighter here now. Gosh, now I think I'm going to get battered here, right? Yeah, I'm getting bad. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. The fact that my fold is going to fit in here with the case on is exciting me, right? And I think it's going to look really, really nice in this device. It does specifically mention support for foldables. And you can see they're going to fit in here, no problem whatsoever, right? I'm going to have a quick go with this, and then we're going to go on to testing some PlayStation Remote Play as well. We'll test out the other devices, just so you get an idea of what the fold is going to look like in here as well. I'm trying to test out my success of executing Fireball on here. Fairly decent success rate. You can see what's going on there, right? This is brilliant. It really is. Yeah, bad boy. Right, excellent. Brilliant. Good stuff. Really, really nice. Let's disconnect from that session. Let's go over to PlayStation Remote Play. Now, I think the app has since started working on here. It never used to work, by the way. PS Remote Play. See if it connects to the PlayStation and it works. We can do a quick test on this as well. You can't log in to the PS5 you're connecting to. I think it's going to turn on, hopefully. Hopefully this is going to work. Right, it says can't log into the PS5 you're connected to. I don't know why, to be honest. I should probably, I'll test it on another phone in a minute. But using the PS Remote Play third-party app, this is definitely going to work. So while we're here, why don't we just try it quickly? Let's just do local connect. If this finds the console and I can connect to it, that would be a really, really good test. Maybe because I haven't used it for a few days, maybe it's going to like some sort of an update or something. Who knows? But if it works with this app, it'll be a really, really good test just to see how it is. Right, no probs, that's not working. We'll test out some Game Pass. We know that's going to work anyway, but we'll just test it out for completeness because this is going to be the full review of this controller. Oh, those lights look beautiful on the analog sticks, they really do. Let's try out some Forza. Should be able to jump into this fairly quickly. And then we'll test out. I'll stick another phone in there. Maybe the Note 10 and then also the Fold. So you can see what a normal candy bar phone looks like as well. I'm trying to see if I can connect to the where for whatever reason PlayStation Remote Play isn't working right now, which is a shame. I think it is going to work. It does say it's going to support PlayStation Remote Play, so it's not a big problem. Let's get the Fold out as well. Right, I just went faff with the PlayStation quickly. We're back now. Let's quickly test this out and see what it's all about. Right, again, gaming with a controller like this, especially on a tablet like this, so you can imagine your iPad mini is going to go into here because it's supported, right, is a phenomenal gaming experience on the go. It really is. We're talking about PlayStation Portal type gaming experience, if not better, because you can use multiple platforms now, right? Look at that. Just look how good this is. Now, bear in mind, I'm playing Game Pass. I'm not even doing local streaming. So it just comes down to the quality of my Wi-Fi and broadband connection. But you can see there, minimal lag. This is just a good game streaming service in general. And I've just hit the road. And imagine if you're on the go and you're having a gaming session like this. You're really not going to be missing your Xbox at home, are you? Come on. Come on, this is phenomenal. And while flapping with the PlayStation 5, I might have sorted out the remote play, so we'll test that out again once more as well, just for good measure. Oh. Right, you get the idea. This is awesome. I'm driving into some desert. Let's stop that. Let's stop that because I could sit here all day and do this, right? Right. Let's just quickly try out the PlayStation Remote Play once more. Clear all. Right, where are we going? PlayStation, just to see what happens. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right, it's working. Now, as you can see, immediately, it's not working, right? I think there's going to be a mode switch we have to do. Oh gosh, what have I done? Inside the camera there. I think there'll be some mode switch or the other we have to do to get this working. So I'm going to have a very, very quick look through the instructions manual, because if it works, I would like to show you this working. So I'm just going to pause this for a second while I go through the instructions. Right, I can't see anything in the manual about supporting the PlayStation 5 here. So with the official app, it doesn't look like we're going to get support. I think there was supposed to be something coming, so we'll reach out to Elo just to confirm that. And it may be that we can do a little software update on there, and it may well work. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to install the app, if it's available here, Elo Unleashed. It is available. Let's install that just in case through the app I can do any sort of an update, etc., and enable the correct mode for the PlayStation Remote Play to work. And maybe it will work on iOS device, who knows, right? I'm just going to do continue as a guest for now just to see what happens, because I want this to be as quick as possible. Allow notifications, yes, why not? So you can see the controller is working absolutely fine there. Are there any settings that we can use? Nope, nothing here. About this is a games catalog by the looks of it, and our account, which currently is just using a guest, so nothing for me to do there. Right, it'll tell me what games are available to play. And it's got some sort of customization, probably based on the stuff that's already deployed within on my tablet, right? So there you go. Castlevania, look at that! What a classic Dead Cells. I have got Dead Cells on there. You know what? Why don't we click test out Dead Cells? Because I always test out Dead Cells when I test a controller out, and it would be rude not to. Right, so let's just do it. Has to be tested. Sorry, you've seen me play it badly on every other controller. I have to do it on this one as well. Would you still like to continue? Hang on. Right, continue. I was allowing it to sync there. Seriously, I mean, this thing's just so comfortable. Yeah, you're going to have long gaming sessions on this thing. You're going to be sitting on your couch and you're going to forget what time it is. I feel like my save game hasn't synced and I've just started again from the beginning, but anyway. Look how cool that is. Yeah, that's great. That really is just... I wish you could experience this, I really do. I hope you got this tablet in game and you get to play this the way I'm playing it right now, because this is just one hell of an experience. It really is. I think one day I need to actually just sit down and complete Dead Cells, because I mostly save it to play on reviews. I don't really get time to game outside of these, unfortunately. I'd love to sit there and take more time if I could, but you know, got to do other stuff as well. Choose an upgrade. Let's upgrade brutality. Oh, what a good game. Right, there you go. Android, PlayStation, we've seen this score with PlayStation. What we can do is we can try the third-party app, because hopefully that will now connect to Remote Play, and you'll see that will work. PS Play, I've used this on quite a few of my videos. If you haven't seen it or tested it out, you're looking for a solution that supports pretty much any controller you're going to connect to your phone. This is a better remote play experience than using the official app. I promise you, a lot better. If I want a remote play, I don't use the official app. I use this. It's not going to give you any problems. I think it's $4.99 on the Play Store. If you're looking for an app that's worth spending your money on, I promise you this is that app. And you can see straight away now I'm able to use this awesome controller with remote play. Don't need to faff with menus or game or mode settings on the controller, etc. Just straight out of the box. Plug your controller in, use this app to play PlayStation remotely. Supports local connect as well as remote play over the internet as well. I have tried it remotely away from home and I can tell you it works awesome. Right, let's just quickly test out some Gran Turismo just because we're here. So why not, right? And then we'll cut over to the Fold, because the Fold is going to be a really, really good phone to see in this device. I'm really excited to see it. Just going to try and bash the buttons, bash through the menu just so we can get into a race quickly. Now this really feels like PlayStation, right? Because I've got a PlayStation style controller and I'm playing Gran Turismo. So it really does, this is close to the PlayStation Portal now. Yeah, I know we're not getting the vibration and all that stuff, but really, who cares? This is awesome. I'd rather carry this around than the PlayStation Portal just because of the diversity. Android games, emulators, Xbox, PlayStation, you name it, you're going to get it here, right? Oh, I've spun out there. Right, I'm not going to showcase my good quality driving skills anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this and I'm going to just quickly try and get this out without destroying the phone or the tablet or the controller. And the way I'm going to do that is by pausing this video. Right, I've got it out. No tablets were hurt in the making of this production, and now we're going to go over to the Fold. Now what we're going to do here is we are going to use some of the bumpers because we can see how easy it is to get them in or out. I'm going to go through the thickness measuring process again. The thickness is going to be the 29 thickness bumpers, so let's go and get them out. There they are, 29 thickness bumpers. Now it tells you which one goes on the left, which one goes on the right, so you can see that there, left and right. Let's get these the right way around. Now they've got the little circles there to help you guide them in, and then the little rubber clips here which are going to help it stay in as well. So let's just, because they're silicone, they're nice and bendy, they just push in very, very nicely, as you can see, and then they're clipping in hopefully very, very easily to the back. I say easily. I'm gonna try again. I'm actually going to try and push the backs in first. So there's little holes there. These things should clip into there. Because they're bendy, it's just a little bit fiddly. Right? But once they're in, no doubt it's going to be awesome. Let's try again to get them in. One's in. I have got one in, by the way. It's not that I'm completely failing. I'm only half failing at this stage. Right. And then right, just getting these in now. Now the easiest way of getting these in when you get yours is push the backs in first. So push these in and then slide the rubber insert into the bottom, them little holes that guide and keep them in place. Once they're in place, it looks like it's part of the controller. You can see that they've got a fairly respectable length, so not too short. They've got this really nice sort of curved grip that's going to hold the device in place. So with that being said, let's try and get my Fold in. Hopefully the right way around. And let's see what happens. Does it work? think I should really have put this in first, because you're supposed to get the C port in first, aren't you, really? Right, it's in. Now you can just see how wide that is. Look at that. It's crazy wide, right? It's in with the adapters that they've specified to use. It's holding my device firmly. You can see that there. It no longer looks like it's about to break, because I've got a device that is a very, very good size in there. And that overall feels balanced and nice. And it does not look hideous, because these things come down so much, right? They're nearly, well, you know, they're on their way down towards the bottom of the device. So it's not like they're up there and the bottom's hanging down completely. It's actually a really nice balance to the device. So what we can do here is, there's no point going to the PlayStation Remote Play app, because we know it's not going to work. What I'll do instead is I'll test out some Xbox on here probably, and then we can just see how it is. So let's just quickly launch Xbox app on here. Official one. I'm going to stream, but play some Street Fighter again. Now, actually, I don't know if this is connected or not, because I don't see the lights haven't come on actually. So, slight issue there. If that was just me, or if hopefully I haven't damaged it while getting the other tablet out. Let me just quickly pause this and check that for a second. Right, so one thing, or while I was signing into the Microsoft app, one thing I noticed was, you see the gap there, right? This device has to be pushed in, and it actually clicks when you go in. So if I apply a bit of force to this now, they should click in properly, and you can see the gap has closed. Now it's firmly docked. Lights have come on. The controller is now all of a sudden active. So we have a go. Let's jump back into Street Fighter, exactly where we left off. Working absolutely nicely now. Come on. With a fold, you got that nice big inside screen, so you're getting the big screen experience on the go. With the portability of the fold, it is a portable device. And a controller like this, now you're in for a really, really good portable mobile gaming session. As you can see, that is working absolutely fine. Right, I'm really not trying to show off my Street Fighter skills here. Just try and test out the controller really. You can see I can pull off some special moves there. Yeah, this feels nice. Really, really nice. Come on. Come on. Big screen gaming on the go. Proper big screen gaming on the go with a proper controller. Look at that. Come on. That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Again, so I'm streaming this from my Xbox, which is downstairs. There you go. I won't bother testing the PlayStation Remote Play app again, because it's going to work exactly as it worked on the Xbox, sorry, on the tablet. So you get the idea of what's going on here, right? It's a really, really, really well built, well thought out gaming controller. Fast charge is no doubt going to work as well. We've got a fast charge pass through. Again, that is for charging only, no data. Just turn that down a little bit. And headphone jack as well, if you want that, you know, physical connection for an all-round good audio experience. Other than that, this, you know, this is really, really nice. If you can spend your money on this, you're going to be happy with what comes through the door, I promise you. Full size mobile gaming controller with, there's no sacrifice here in terms of quality or comfort at all. This is the most comfortable controller I've played with to date. Again, I will inquire as to whether or not it will support PlayStation Remote Play. Hopefully the Elo team is going to watch this video once it's posted, and they may themselves comment on if there's a way to get the PlayStation Remote Play working. If there is, I might even do another video just to test it out and show you that it does indeed work, right? But other than that, if you're going to be playing this, you're going to be playing emulators, this thing is just the way to go. It really is. I hope there is a carry case for this that you can buy. I think there will be on the website, because that really rounds this up as the perfect travel companion for your mobile gaming needs. Look at that. Even the measuring gauge works perfectly. Right. So on that note, we've got to 45 minutes, a really long video. I did say it was going to be long, so hopefully you've stuck around. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you found it useful. Hopefully you've seen the benefit of investing in a controller of this quality. Yes, it's a bit expensive, but to be honest, it's worth it, right? It depends on how serious you are about your gaming on the go. If you're serious about it, you're going to invest, and I promise you, if you do invest, you are going to be nothing but happy with your investment, because this thing really has ticked all the boxes for me. I was just going to go in and see if there was anything that I could just quickly try and play from an emulation perspective. There is some Lost Vikings on here. Why don't we just test it out for the sake of completeness, just to play an emulator on here as well. I'm not going to put a code in, I'm just going to start it quickly, right? See what I mean? Emulators as well, right? Play emulators, play your remote play games, play your cloud gaming services, play your Android games, play everything, but play in style, play in comfort, you know? It's just great. It really is. Anyway, I'm going to end the video. No, I don't want to give up. I'm just going to... Alright, there you go. Emulator's working. RetroArch, SNES, absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever. And on that note, we are going to end the video. So if you've got any questions about this awesome controller, please ask the questions in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer them as quick as I can. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button in that bottom right hand corner. You can get notified of any new videos I post. Loads more videos coming about new controllers and all sorts of good stuff. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one.